good morning. Happy Friday morning. You know, Mr. Aurorah really wants to thank all of you here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement who are emailing. Please continue to do so at info@aurorahdayconsulting.com. Now, this morning, Simone brought something very interesting to my attention, and I want all of the secured entrepreneurs here in the movement to chime in and give me your thoughts on what is happening. All right, let's get into it. You already know I am Miss Aurorah Dey, and this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. All of us here in the movement, we are aware of how significant the Rockefeller family is to American history. Heck, they're significant to world history, all right? John D. Rockefeller, the billionaire, his grandson, Nelson Rockefeller, who happened to have been the governor of New York City from, I believe, 1959 to 1973. Somebody check me in the comments. I mean, these are years before many of us came to the planet, okay? However, he was the governor, okay? And then from 1974 to 1977, he was the vice president to the 41st president, Gerald Ford. How's that for a sweet spot, okay? So, now, we know that during the pandemic, New York City has been one of the hardest hit, okay, by the virus, COVID-19. And we saw immediately well over 9,000 vacancies, well over 9,000 vacant apartments that are now up for rent in the city because people did a mass exodus, okay? Now here we go. This apartment that has been owned by the Rockefeller family, where Nelson Rockefeller resided, okay? It's a 3,990 square foot, 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath apartment there in Manhattan, okay? It has been listed for $11.5 million. You have to know there's a monthly service fee, and that's well over $11,000 for the month, okay? It is on the 12th floor, which is a great floor, okay, for a view, not bad, all right? It is on 5th Avenue. In fact, the address is 810 5th Avenue, all right? This is the very first time since Nelson Rockefeller took ownership of the apartment that it has been listed for sale. So now the question that Ms. Aurorah has for the secured entrepreneurs. First of all, I don't know who's been living there because Nelson Rockefeller transitioned in 1979, okay? Transitioned in 1979. I don't know which Rockefeller heir has resided in the residence, if any. I don't know, but I'm looking for my real estate-preneurs to chime in and let Ms. Aurorah know about this, because my question for everyone here in the movement is this something that is, there's two questions, because remember now, if you haven't watched the video, 10 things to increase your wealth, where I answered your questions about increasing your estate, causing your estate to become wealthy, right? So this is one of the things that could serve as a commodity. It could serve as an income producing asset, okay? But it goes back to something being in your portfolio that was owned by someone of relevance that would hike up the price, the value, okay? So the first question is, would this be an asset that you would add to your portfolio as something giving value to your estate? And, you know, would it be something that you would rent or lease out because the allure of a Rockefeller having owned it, lived in it, you know what I'm saying, would bring the crowd? The second question is this happening because of the pandemic? Is there something that may or may not be going on in New York City that not only has there been a mass exodus, okay, of a lot of people, but now we have a Rockefeller situation, because once again, I don't know who has been residing in the place, okay? But this place, for the very first time, is now being listed. What say you, secured entrepreneurs? What say you? Here's the other thing that I'm really asking these questions, because all of the secured entrepreneurs here in the movement who come from New York City, I come from New York City, okay? You've got, what they say, 75 feet of unobstructed views into Central Park. That's like the life. You want to live anywhere in that Central Park area, looking into the park, looking over the park, you know what I'm saying? Across the street from the park, in walking distance to the park. This is a prime piece of real estate. So I'm like, okay, is it listed at 11.5 million because of the location? Meaning, is it really worth $11.5 million? And I think it's like $11,866 a month for the maintenance fee. Or is it one of these things where, because it has been owned by the Rockefeller family, that is now bringing the value and the price point of $11.5 million at a time when people are fleeing New York City? Secured entrepreneurs, chime in. Let Miss Aurorah know what you think about this. Now you all know you can find me, Miss Aurorah Dey, at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time,